So 20 years into entertainment industry, right? What did cinema teach you?
Oof, so many things. I don't think I came to do cinema because I wanted to learn from cinema. I wanted to learn the art of cinema, the art of acting. But cinema made me a student of life. I learned a lot from my experiences, personal and on screen. I learned a lot from each character I played, the mistakes of the character, the success of the character. They taught me a lot in my personal life also.
Jean-Luc Godard once said, cinema is the most beautiful fraud. Do you agree to it?
Yeah, I do. I agree to it. But I think that fraud is used as a very negative term, right? It's a very negative connotation. I like to use the word dream. I think cinema is a celluloid dream. It's that silver screen that takes you into a dream world to escape. Like you watch a movie, you're transported into that world, you're enjoying that. For those 2.5 hours, everything else ceases to exist. And that's the beauty.
In the beginning of your career, Abbas Massan had written a script for you. You denied it and you went in your way. If you were not in a film fraternity family, would you have taken that role?
Of course. The only reason I said no, I was a big Abbas Mustan fan.
That's an honest reply.
I loved Bazigar, I loved Khiladi, I loved Soldier, I loved their films. My reason was not a reason on the script. My reason was an ethical and moral reason. I asked them, I said,
you
if
didn't
my
want to be
father,
a star kid, right?
No, I did not want my father to put his life's earnings to take a gamble on me. I said, if I have merit, if I am a good actor, somebody will cast me on my talent. If no, okay, then I don't deserve it. I was ready for that. Unfortunately, today, I tell this to young kids today when after 20 years, when people ask me on inspirational platforms, when I'm talking to young kids, I tell them, look, don't expect somebody else to come and fulfill your dreams. Don't expect, oh, my father has money, so he should do it. Or, oh, my parents did not support me. No, support can be a blessing. Support can be love. Support can be a prayer. The effort and luck, both things you need to be successful in cinema.
Yes.
That has to be yours alone. That good luck, that effort, that attitude to win, that has to be yours. So when Abbas Mustan asked me, I said, sir, if my father does not finance this film, will you still cast me? So they smiled. I understood. I got my answer.
Nice.
So if they were not willing to gamble on me at that time, I said, I understood. With all due respect. In 18 months after that, I struggled. Without my father's last name, without his name and support and brand, I went door to door and faced rejection on a daily basis. Very easy it would have been for me to turn around and say, hey, do you know whose son I am? Or dad, can you make a call? I didn't do that. Because I believed in myself. If I don't believe in my own talent, who's going to believe in me?
Exactly. Shaji Kailas is one of the renowned directors we know. Yeah, he has done some superb political thrillers. So how was it working with him?
So I didn't know Shaji Aitan from before. It's the first time I met him. And I didn't get a proper briefing on who he is, correct? So I met him. He came across to me as somebody maybe few years older than me. And
unassuming.
Yeah, unassuming, simple guy. I felt like he was just, one of us hanging, chatting. And the initial stages, he was calling me Vivek ji, and I was calling him Shaji. Shaji, yeah, like Shaji, like Vivek ji, Shaji.
Okay.
I didn't know how much senior he is because he doesn't talk like a senior, he doesn't think like a senior, doesn't behave like a senior. Then when I realized who Shaji Chetan is, I went up to him and I started calling him. Firstly, I started calling him Chetan, and then I said, my God, I didn't know you're such a legend. He's given so many people, their careers and their identities, who they are today. It was fantastic working with him.
You're a protagonist or an antagonist in this movie?
So I think from the tone of the film is a mass film. From a mass film's perspective, Kaduva is the protagonist and the antagonist is Joseph.
Yes.
But you actually look at the script that Jinu's written. Jinu's done a phenomenal job. If you actually look at the script and you'll actually look at the way that even Shaji Chetan has shot it, the characters are almost the same. And that's a very interesting journey. In 20 years of my career, I've never played a character like that.
Do you think your talent was not properly used by Bollywood?
Not at all. I think there are people who are 1,000 times more talented than me. I'm only greatly thankful to the God, to Almighty, that I got chance.
Yes.
20 years and I'm still going strong. I choose the films I want to do even today. I'm not doing it just to run my kitchen by the grace of God. That is a big blessing. There are so many people who I did theatre with growing up, who were on competitive theatre platforms. When I won the gold medal 3 years in a row at the Indian National Youth Festival, I saw so many incredible talented people, and I thought that they'll all make it very successful. Singers, actors, dancers, directors, and many of them didn't make it. Some of them are selling insurance, door to door and living their life today. They've finished, their dreams are over. So I am deeply thankful to God that I got this opportunity, and deeply thankful to the fans who keep supporting me.
Talking about fans, when social media, now it's a social media rage, right? Do you feel there is a lack of organic connect between the fans now after the social media?
Not really, no. I think it's the opposite. I think social media has brought the fans closer to the stars. I think they know us as people now. Earlier, there used to be a fabrication. Like 20 years ago, when Prithvi started his career, I started my career, you had a PR who would design your brand. This is your brand. And that used to make you feel like a cage. Even off screen. Off camera,
you
you're
have
still
to
playing
behave,
a character.
act off screen also,
you
right?
have to have that mask on all the time. Social media has removed that mask. Because you can't hide. Even if you try and project, people will see. Today, every guy with a phone can unmask you. So now you have to be more real. But you have to also be more thick-skinned. Because there's no cage protecting you anymore.
You have to find a way to survive, right?
You have to find a way to accept. Very, very early in my life and my career, I realized that just because people say something about you, it does not become your truth. If you decide to own it, if you decide to accept it, it becomes your truth.
Exactly.
Otherwise, your truth is your truth.
How good is your Malayalam now?
Very bad. I keep trying to learn. I think I picked up little Tamil, little Telugu, even little Kannada. Malayalam is so tough, man.
You still read from the paper?
Boards, yeah, sometimes. If it's a very long or complicated dialogue, I prefer... Actually, it's like a security blanket. Like, in case I feel I need it, it's like an insurance. It's there for me. So I'm looking at you and I'm saying the dialogues, I remember everything. In case I forget, I'll take a look away like this, I'll remember that is the right dialogue, and then I'll come back and I'll complete it. And you know who taught me this?
Lalater. I knew. He's a genius in this type of...
He taught me this.
Kerala is not new to you. Even before acting, you came to Shabarimala for a lot of years, right?
Before I became an actor, I came here.
You came here. So Kerala is not new to you.
Not at all.
How is the emotional connect with the state?
Amazing. I mean, especially where we were shooting this time, no? Kottayam, Pala, Pathanamthitta, all these areas.
You know that area. Right?
Yeah, because I used to go through that route to Shabarimala with so many friends. 20 years. Kept going, no? Even before becoming an actor. And until then, we used to manage to survive somehow or the other in that crowd, in that rush. Nobody knew who I was. Only when I did company with Lalaten, he actually called a producer, Gandhimati Balan. And he told him, listen, you have to take this guy. He's a real Ayyappa devotee. And he has been going through a really difficult path. You take him in a nice way. And the first time I went in what is like a VIP. You know? At least with somebody taking me. And even today, like this afternoon, my lunch here, when I'm here in Kerala is always kanni rice.
Oh,
yeah, always. I love it. I'll have that with little bit beans or little bit coconut chutney, and that's it. That's enough for me, one bowl. And that habit came from that time when I used to go up to Shabarimala. Because that's what they used to make available that time. When, what is it called? Lemon pickle, kanni rice. That's it. And then breakfast used to be that tapioca. Kappa with the, what is that, small chili?
Kandari.
Kandari chili, with the Kandari chili.
How has acting in Malayalam changed your perceptions about acting?
Well, it hasn't. I just believe that Malayalam cinema has always believed in excellence. Whether it's the greats like Lalaten and Mamukka, or whether it's people like the young generation, like Prithvi or Tovino or Dulkar or Nivin. These are all high quality performances. And I love that. I love Manju's work, for example, as an actress. I think she's a powerhouse of talent. So for me, working through this kind of set of talent, especially the technicians, the DOPs, the directors, the writers, the way they write, the layering of the write, whether it's Murli or whether it's Gino, the way they write, it's unbelievable. Like the kind of thoughts that they come up with is so nice and unique and exciting. I am seeing that now in OTT. In OTT, I'm suddenly seeing another level of quality of acting, of writing in Hindi.
Yeah.
It's amazing how real, how raw, and it takes you aback. You're like, wow. That's happening now in India, in Hindi, in OTT.
Was there a healthy competition between you and Prithvi on screen?
Well, it was never competition because I think you believe, healthy or unhealthy, it doesn't matter. I think you believe in synergy, symbiosis. If you are not an insecure actor, and neither of us are, you will only help each other
Will give and take
to build the scene. And that's an amazing relationship. It's a very safe zone to be in. You don't feel threatened or insecure. You feel like you're collaborating towards one thing. You're not buying into a script, you're playing characters.
So let's say the ego better the movie.
Always that. At least this movie should teach you that.
See, in certain age, when we are young, we do things that are immature. Do you repent for anything that you did when you were in a younger age?
I'm not somebody who believes in repentance. So, idea is to keep moving forward in life and learning from those mistakes. If you don't learn from the mistakes, that's stupid. That's very stupid. That's unacceptable.
Exactly.
But otherwise, I think the constant evolution, you have to leave the past behind, good or bad. My father taught me once. He said that an actor never fails. A film fails. A film can succeed, a film can fail. If you get caught up in either success or failure, it will hold you back. Even the success, you have to leave it behind. You have to say, okay, what's next? You have to move forward. The day an actor fails is the day he stops being sincere to his work.